Oh, that's not the right thing to say. How does it work? So there's two parts to getting a real estate license. One part is you have to complete 3 college-level courses in real estate. You don't have to go to college. Our package includes the 3 college-level courses, and it's principles, practice, and finance. You're required to have real estate principles. You're required to have real estate practice. Those are not elective. They have to say California. I talk to people from other states who California doesn't care. Right, you understand? You graduate from, you have a PhD from Harvard in real estate. California is not going to give you credit for principles and practices. You have to take it here. Then you have to take an elective, and there's a long list. The most functional one is real estate finance. That's the one that they ask from the state exam. The way the college level courses work is that once you're in the program, you have to log into the site. Logging into the site is an important part because it starts a clock ticking. And the clock says that you have to wait 18 days from the day you log in before you can take the final exam. The textbook is an electronic book. It's a PDF that you can download that's done to keep the cost low. There's a link on my website where if you are old school and you say, I really want a book, I have a link to where it's sold on Amazon and you can go buy the book. So you download the textbook, you read the book or you don't read the book. Now, after 2.5 weeks, you're eligible to take the final exam. Now, the final exam is an online final exam. You can take it at home, and it's open book. Let me repeat that. The final exam for the college level course is an online, at home, open book, cheat as much as you want to final exam. You think you can cheat as much as you want to. You're given 2.5 hours to get 60 out of 100 questions correct. Have I mentioned that it's an open book test? Did I mention that? So, and if you don't even have the printed out copy, the PDF is a searchable document. So if they ask you a question about Ilsfida, and remember what that is, if you get control or command, depending on what religion you are, F, and you type in Ilsfida, and you hit, you'll take you to where it is, and you can. I've actually had somebody who took the final exam without ever downloading the textbook, and just Google searched answers from another browser and passed the test. Right? Wikipedia, you can pass the test. So you can't do number 2 until 2.5 weeks has elapsed, but you don't have to do number 1 first. Let me explain that. So you can enroll in principles, wait 2.5 weeks, but instead of taking the final exam, start practice. That means log in. The clock starts on practice. You have to wait another 2.5 weeks. And then instead of you haven't taken the final exam for either one yet, you log into finance and start that clock. Wait 2.5 weeks. Now, if you're wondering why wouldn't you just take them one after the other, and the answer is these are not 3 distinct college level courses. It's not like taking physics, philosophy, and biochemistry, right? You understand where the textbooks don't have any pages that have the same words on them. Principles and practice are 80% the same course. By the same course, I mean it has the same chapters, the same forms, the same diagrams. They're the same course, 80%. 60% of finance is in principles and practices. So what some people do is they wait until the time has elapsed for all 3, and they take the 3 finals one after the other, right? Because they're repeating. You cannot apply to take the state exam until you finish the 3 college level courses. And right now, the Bureau of Real Estate is taking at least 8 weeks to give people a test date. So you don't want to stretch that out because it's a long time before you're going to take the state exam. While you're doing this, you should be going to my live classes. My classes are twice a week. Wednesday nights, I'm in San Carlos. You're welcome to come. Thursday nights, I'm in Campbell from 6 to 8:15. All of them are broadcast on the internet, and they're recorded, and replays are available whenever you feel like it. After every class is some subject tests. I'll show you how to access that. After you've gone through all the classes, there's comprehensive testing, which is testing on all the subjects. And before you take the state exam, there's a Saturday workshop. It's a rotating class system. So people often ask me, when's the first class? And my answer is there's no first class. And it's like a pizza. with 12 slices. If somebody said, which one's the first piece? You would say, well, what do you mean, which is the first piece? Whichever piece you take is the first piece, right? A pizza doesn't have a first slice. It's just got 12 slices. My classes are independent modules. They don't build on each other. You don't have to start with any one of them. You don't have to take them in any order, and you can repeat them as often as you can stand it. The way San Carlos and Campbell are scheduled is they're equal distances apart in the cycle. So, for example, last night was number 4 in San Carlos. It's number 10 tonight. So then it would be 5 and 11 and 6 and 12. You get the idea. If you went twice a week, you'd be done in 6 weeks. If you only go to one location, you'd be done in 12 weeks, and you can't take the state exam that quickly anyhow. The course components, the college level credit comes from an affiliate that's actually known as On-Course Learning, going by the DBA of Career Web School, and they're approved by the Bureau of Real Estate to issue you the certificates for completion of the college level courses. I don't do college level. Now, I get into discussions with people. They say, well, I've already, there's this college level and that college level. What's the difference between this one and all the other ones that I could take? And I've tried other courses, so this is the difference. One, price. My college level package is $9. That's for all 3 courses. Number 2 is the ease of getting through them. Many of the online college courses require that you take literally like 50 quizzes to get through a course. And at each quiz, you read what's on the screen, you read what's on the screen, there's a quiz. If you don't get enough answers right, you have to go back and read what's on the screen and read what's on the screen. And only when you're able to get through all the quizzes can you actually take the final exam. This course has one test exam. It doesn't have 50 quizzes that you have to work your way through. One open book test, you pass it, you've got your certificate of completion. Many of the college courses, people never finish them because they get tired of all the quizzes. License training is what I do at Keller Williams. It's a Keller Williams in San Carlos and a Keller Williams down here. By the way, just in case you're wondering, if you enroll in our school, you are not obligated to work for Keller Williams. Just thought I'd throw that out. By the way, we're not obligated to hire you either. How about that? But frankly, that's why we're doing it. And we have more business than our current staff can handle. There's a tuition rebate program, so when you join the office and close the transaction, they'll give you back the money for the course. Practice testing comes from another affiliate called Real Estate Trainers, and I'll explain why. So if you wanted to see how all of this works, if you go to my website, which is dreclass.com, that could stand for Department of Real Estate class or Devlin Real Estate class, whichever you like to remember. This is what it looks like. If you haven't seen my Yelp reviews yet, you might want to click on that link. You're going to see I've got a whole bunch of 5-star reviews. If you haven't enrolled and you're thinking, just tell me, how do I enroll? Click on the sign up button. 2 parts to the enrollment. One is $349 for the live classes, video replays, practice testing. You get a bullet outline at the end, the Saturday workshop, quizzes, and all this stuff. You click here to sign up for the license preparation part. You create a profile with a username and password. Tell us if somebody referred you, your phone number, your address. And the billing, my merchant account is with a small local company called, well, they're called PayPal. And that does not mean you have to use PayPal to buy the course. You could, but you could use a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, or Maestro or Solo. The point, sometimes people ask me, who's getting my credit card information? And the answer is, well, PayPal is. And they probably already have it. But you don't pay me, you pay PayPal, and eventually they pay me. The second part of the course is the college level course. You click on that link, and this takes you to the Career Web School link. You only want the basic course, the $99 basic course. You do not want the Works or the Deluxe. One of the reasons, notice it says here, National and California Exam Preparation Guides. one young lady that is returning to the class because she wants to take the test in Nevada as well. I used to do these courses in Nevada. Nevada is like most states, it's a two-tier test. There's a national test, which most states use, and a local test on Nevada law. You take two tests. If you did that in Nevada and passed, and then you wanted to go to Texas, let's say 6 months later, you could transfer your national score to Texas and only take the Texas test. You could then go, well, you get the idea. California does not use that system. California writes their own test questions. So a lot of companies that are selling stuff are proud that they do Florida and Texas and Washington and Nevada and all these other states. There's a problem with that because California is different from all those other states. The company that I use for practice testing only does California, right? And I've been using them since a long time, right? And I know what people say when they go take. I said 1986, right? When I was 9 years old. And I was doing this. So I've had a lot of experience with people taking the state exam using their practice tests. So let's say you've already done this and you say, well, what do I do? You can click on the student login. Now every week we're going to be sending you links to the webinars and links to the handouts. Occasionally I make updates to the handouts because I hear about something that's on the test. So what I just did is log in. Let me just go back in case. So notice when you go to just so I didn't lose anybody, I go to a student login. Now, if you've forgotten your password, should you, notice it says here, lost your password? And if you click on that and give them your email address, it'll send you your password. Should you call me if you've forgotten your password? No. Should you send me an email saying, I forgot my password? No. You click on, by the way, do you think I get these, right? People send me emails, I lost my password, what do I do? How about click on lost your password? So let's say you remember your password, your username and password, so you log in. This is what you're going to see. The first thing says watch class videos. If you click on that, you're going to see all the lessons. They're all recorded with handouts, which you can download and you can watch the videos. My video hosting is Amazon S3 storage, which is a HTML5 mobile responsive, works on just about any device in the world, right? It's an Amazon storage video system. I haven't, if it's not working, it's your computer, not the Amazon site, most likely. As you go down, it says RET Online Practice Testing. After you enroll, within a day or two, an email is going to be generated that gives you a link to where the online practice testing is. Sometimes it ends up in people's spam folders. Rather than calling me and saying, I didn't get the email, if you click on that link, notice there's a link to where the practice testing is, and we told you your username is your email address, and the password is your last name in lowercase. Plus, if that's not enough, there's the phone number of the company that does the practice testing, and there's a description of the practice testing. Why don't we just click on it and see what the practice testing looks like? It doesn't look like much, but when you're here, notice it has your categories. Look at all these different subjects. So these are the subject tests that you would take. So for example, subdivisions and business opportunities, income taxes and property taxes. It doesn't match exactly. I did income taxes in one property. It's very, very close. So these are subject tests and it reports your scores. Master exams are 150 question sort of simulated state exams. And we recommend that you take them over and over again. If you run out of time and you just want somebody to show you the questions and the answers, that's what that does, but it's better to take them as a test. And then there's the simulated state exam that you would take as you're getting ready for the state test. Does anybody know what score you need to have in order to pass the state exam? 70%. Does that sound like a high score to require? No, not really, right? So how well should you be doing on these tests?
80.
Better than 70, isn't that right? You know, better than 70. If you were hiring a pilot to fly you over the mountains, you'd want them to do more than barely miss the tops, right? So you keep taking the test, you're getting 80 to 90% of the questions right, you're about to get a real estate license. There's a glossary. Most of the questions on the state exam are definitional in character, and you can look up words. By the way, you can do that on Google too. And one of the things I like, every time you click on this is something to do if you're bored, it gives you a mix and match. Every time it's a different one. So, a clause in a junior second lien permitting retention of its priority, that sounds like a subordination clause. The period over which a property will yield a return on its investment is the economic life. Authorization by a property owner to a real estate agent. This is an open listing. The securing of an easement on the property that's prescription. And profit, that's capital gains. And aren't you happy I got them all right? Right? But mix and match is just something to do where it's having you mix and match different terms. Most of the state exam is definitional. So going back to once you log in, Career Web School, where the college level courses are, notice I have a link. What?
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. I thought I was missing something. Okay. Learning for earning's sake, yes. There's a Career Web School link on the sidebar. There's a Career Web School link here. That's where you log in to do the college level courses. If you want the textbooks, like the real textbooks, if you click on that, this is a link. You can see sometimes they're sold out, but these are top-rated, top-selling textbooks. I didn't pick them. They're done by the college level course provider. If you really want a real book, you can do that. Before you go take the state exam, there's an exam success workshop. There's a link to that materials. And when you're ready to apply to take the state exam, if you click on that link, you're going to see a video by me, how nice, explaining how to fill out the forms and links to all of the forms. That's what you get. Any questions? Yes.
So the 3 college level courses, you said it's like 2.5 weeks before you can like take the test on those. But how long can you wait after the 2.5 weeks?
The question is, how long can you wait after the your enrollment in the college level courses is for 6 months. And by the way, the live classes, it's for 6 months. And I'll give you a little bit of extra time. But what I've found is that people who do not finish in 6 months usually just do not finish. Right? And this isn't something, this is like a root canal, right? You don't want to drag it out, right? You just want to get it over with, but they give you 6 months to finish the college level courses where they charge you extra. Right? But 8 weeks, you should be done and on your way with the college level courses. Any other questions?
So the live sessions happen concurrently with the college course.
Right, you should do the live classes while you're doing the college because there's so much of an overlap. People have said to me, well, which of the live classes are principles and which are practices? Well, principles and practices are 80% the same too, right? So there's no way, that's why some people go through they wait till they've gone through all 12 classes before they take the college level finals. Not because I'm not speaking to the college level final, I'm speaking to the state exam, but I'm covering the same material by and large. You do them at the same time. Don't do one and then the other. It just stretches it out way too long. All right? Cool. Well, then we're done.
All right, thank you.
And if you have any questions, there's brochures out there. You can call me, Libby. Some of you talk to Jennifer. Anybody you want to, we'd be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you for this.